Hey, what up, everybody? Stephen Breach coming to you. Just got out of the gym after a hot workout. Listened to that Observer Radio breaking news audio from last night again, and just trying to play over everything that's in my mind. I went through my Twitter timeline. I wanted to see what a lot of the East Coasters had to say first thing when they woke up. I got a text from my buddy Justin. I texted him a couple times last night trying to get him to wake up and give me his thoughts about what was going on, about everything that was going down. And the only response I got from him this morning was, I picked the perfect night to go to sleep early. And I just can't believe the amount of people that think that this whole situation is a work, that it's some sort of a WWE storyline where they're trying to get out there into the wrestling dirt sheet, stir some things up to try to make WrestleMania bigger, because if WrestleMania is bigger, it's going to make the network bigger. They're going to get those network buys, and then they're going to get close to that million that they're trying to get to. That's their estimated goal on how they're going to be able to turn a profit with kicking this network off. Honestly, when it comes down to it being a work, that's my gimmick. That's my thing that I drive my friends crazy with. And I don't think there's any way in the world that this could be there. I think that almost everything in wrestling is a work. I always go to that first over anything, but I can't see a way that this possibly can benefit anybody in this situation. I believe that the screw job in Montreal, I believe that whole deal was a big ordeal to make Vince a heel. I believe it was supposed to make Brett look like a bigger star when he left WWF to go to WCW. WCW screwed that up. Every day that goes by, I think that the AJ Styles storyline that's currently running is less of a work, but at one point I really did think it was. I don't really know. It seems like Ring of Honor is promoting him more than TNA is now. TNA sort of, dropped off of everything, but they're still mentioning his names on shows, so that's one thing to think about. But then again, they did mention Hogan's name for 2 weeks or so after he left the company, heading into Bound for Glory. But I don't know, honestly, when I think about it, I'm trying to make a storyline out of this that could be there, but basically, the storyline, or the story that I'm reading, that I hear when it's all laid out on the table, is they went to Punk on Raw, they explained to him that Daniel Bryan was getting over, and that it made more sense for Daniel Bryan to have a match with Triple H, so that they throw it at him that he's going to get bumped at WrestleMania. He's not going to be able to wrestle in one of these big featured matches. He's going to wrestle Kane. Just when it comes down to it, all the respect in the world for Kane, even though I don't like the guy, and he pretty much bores me. There's no real Kane matches out there that have any meaning to him. Kane wrestles on WrestleMania, and it's just a match. It's just there. I know that there's big Kane fans out there who's not going to like that, but I mean, a lot of guys have wrestled Kane at WrestleMania. And at the end of the day, they don't mean anything. It's just a match. You're on the card. You get paid. You show up to Raw that next day, and you hope they put you in a better storyline. That's all. And on top of that, they go to him, and they needed somebody to qualify for the Elimination Chamber, and they told him that Antonio Cesaro is going to beat him, and Cesaro is going to be able to qualify for the Chamber, and they're going to be able to close that storyline out. And that's when he packs up his bags and says, "Peace out, guys. I'm done," because he just sees the writing on the wall that basically he's not one of the featured players for WrestleMania. He is a big name. People are going to show up to Access. They're going to meet him for this, that, and the other. And, it's his face is still going to be on the T-shirts. They're still going to be on the backpacks. They're going to try to make it seem like a big deal. But it's just a match that nobody cares about. The only way that they can flip this and turn this into a storyline is to put Daniel Bryan back on the back burner and give him this match and keep it with Triple H. Daniel Bryan is what WWE is today. CM Punk has had the best match at WrestleMania last year. He's had it before. He didn't get the win. People have been waiting for the day that, CM Punk is to be able to close WrestleMania, be the guy on the stage as the show goes dark. Sort of like the look at me now, I'm on top of the world, I'm as big as King Kong moment. But it's not going to happen this year. The way the storylines have been written, WWE, the face of WWE today is Daniel Bryan. He might not be the most popular guy outside of WWE, and you might be able to drop his name at work, and people are going to look at you and not know who the fuck you're talking about. But when you get into an arena with WWE, people want to chant for Daniel Bryan because he is the one guy out there that truly is trying to take down the machine that people care about. CM Punk, his storyline since 2011 has been trying to change WWE and try to move it in a different direction. And frankly, they haven't done it right. They haven't done it the same way that Daniel Bryan has. Bryan's got the wins and have taken them away. Punk has got the wins, and he's got the titles, and he's been able to walk around. People just want Daniel Bryan to get the respect that he deserves. WWE does give him a lot of respect, behind the curtain and everything like that, but when the show starts on that stage, out there, Daniel Bryan doesn't get what he deserves. That's the storyline. They need him to give that running knee to Triple H and knock him out. Try and think up any storyline in the world that can be made out of this situation. Basically, Punk walks off, and they're going to talk about that on TV. How does they get Punk to come back? Basically, all they're going to be able to entice him with is give him a match. Basically, give him what he wants. WWE's not going to do that on TV. I mean, the only thing that I can really think of is that Punk's going to say that he wants change in the WWE. In order to do that, he's going to challenge Triple H to a match where, he's not the CEO. What the fuck do they call him? He's not the CHO. What fucking letters do they go? COO? Chief? I don't know. Basically, let's just call him the CEO, even though that's not his name. But, they're going to have to challenge him for that spot. And then the only way I can see Triple H in taking that bet is that if Punk puts his career on the line. So basically, they're in the same hole if Triple H wins and Punk loses. They're basically in the same hole they were in before, so he'd have to win the match, which would make Punk the boss. And they've done this once before with Austin. And, it was fun to get us to that point. And then once, basically, Austin was at the headquarters making deals and this, that, and the other, it was funny for 1 week. But, at the same point, where the fuck do you go with that? That has no grounds to run anywhere. And that's basically the same reason they cut Austin off in that angle, which I believe is the King of the Ring back in the day when they put the briefcase up above the ring. They took it away from him because there's nowhere to go from there. That's the peak. The only place to go from there is bad TV and down. So, if you really think that this is a work and this is the storyline, please explain to me how it could be. Because I don't see anywhere for them to go from there. It has to be Daniel Bryan moving forward. Daniel Bryan moving backwards makes no sense. I know that Kane has this big thing where he's like this guy who wears a suit and a tie, and some people think that he's a mole who's helping Bryan. That sure makes a whole lot of sense with them locking the cage, and Kane was the guy who locked it, and maybe he could be like exposing them, trying to take down the machine as well. But I don't really think that reveal is going to be that good. Sort of like a Team Hell No reunion. It's not like people are really clamoring to get that, but for us to pick that up from that is pretty fun. But I don't see how they get out of this. I think just basically one day, Kane snaps, Kane snaps, he chokeslams Stephanie, and he's back to doing whatever the fuck he's doing. I don't know. But, I don't know. Big day of wrestling news here for you. Can't stop thinking about the CM Punk situation. Basically, I'm watching all the videos that are put up out there. If you guys see any, send them to me. I'll check them out, because it's basically all that I really am thinking about right now. I'm going to work cutting meat, talking to my buddy about CM Punk. Is going to be looking at me like, the fuck you telling me about? I don't give a shit about this stuff. Peace out.